I'm walking around Darwin looking for a place to eat, and it doesn't, like, I'm not finding my kind of places. I think maybe the problem is that I am like right on the esplanade, which I thought would be a good place to eat, particularly that it's Tuesday night. Not a particularly, or shouldn't be a particularly busy time, but all the places around not only seem quite busy, but also have a very distinctly pub feel to them. And I'm looking for something a bit more, I guess, classy, with like better food, nicer kind of interior, etc., as opposed to just a lot of young drunk people. What a lovely home somebody's got here with the view of the ocean. Like, I'm literally on the esplanade right now. But I guess what I was looking for was more of a small town feel, and not so much this kind of busy, pumping, hubby kind of place. So I think I might just grab my car from here. I parked it here on the esplanade, and I think I'm just gonna grab it and go somewhere further away from the busiest part of Darwin. Every summer, the evening, the dusk, is my favorite time of the day, because after such a hot day, the feeling of being outside in the evening is just amazing. So, like, still warm, but not hot anymore. It's just divine. I absolutely love Australian Aboriginal art, and I am so glad that I was able to do my browsing. And I actually did find two pieces that I love so much. So they are coming with me. They are going to my place. But I also got a few things as gifts. So I've got a few friends that have their birthdays coming up. So it just felt like the perfect present coming from my Darwin trip. I am absolutely loving my holidays in Darwin. It is exactly what I needed. Just a week of being in the sun, being warm, doing nothing, sleeping a lot, going for long walks, reading a lot. I've already finished the first book I brought here, and now I am on to book number 2. So this is exactly what I needed. I'm loving all the sun. I was so tired of the cold being in Melbourne, and after 2 months of winter, like my body was just getting so tired, of it, of just being cold, and trying, like, using the inner resources to warm myself up. Like, that's just been a lot to deal with, for the last 2 months. I opted for fairly simple accommodation. I just wanted to be in nature. I just wanted, I was really thinking, should I just go for a hotel room and just make it easy on myself, because they would probably provide breakfast and all the facilities would be right there. But when I found this place, I figured, no, this is what I want. I want to be able to just open the door and be outside. And this is fairly kind of basic accommodation. This is literally just a, one bedroom and the toilet being over there. My kitchen is outdoor as well. It's a bit of a camping kitchen situation where I go to make my coffee and breakfast or snack, etc. And it's been actually so warm here that I eat a lot less than I do in Melbourne. I think probably that's also another thing about being cold. I eat a lot more. My body is burning so much energy by trying to stay warm that I get hungry a lot. And I just feel like I not only eat a lot, but I also snack, comfort snack a lot. And here, I'm barely hungry at all. For lunch, I don't even have lunch. I just have some fruit for lunch, and that's it's just too hot during the day to eat, so I just have some fruit every day for lunch. And then I usually go out to have some dinner, something a bit more substantial for dinner. So I've already ventured a few times to the city of Darwin to kind of find places to eat and to explore. Another thing I really wanted to find in Darwin was Aboriginal art and products, because this Northern Territory is actually one of the few places where there still are quite a lot of Aboriginal people. Now, and this is kind of a bit of a bittersweet situation, because on one hand, yes, they are still around, so that's wonderful, and especially their art and their culture is really appreciated and loved up here. There are all these galleries displaying their art and selling their art, and there are, the art comes with the certificates showing you that, who made the art, and, that this is it's a certificate of authenticity. The title, the author, the artists themselves, they just to give you all the information, which is really amazing. But there is also the ugly side of the Aboriginal culture and presence up here in Northern Territory. And that's because a lot of these people are very poor, and they are, in many cases, homeless. There's a lot of Aboriginal homelessness here in Darwin. And this is something I wasn't even aware of. On my first walk, when I woke up on my second day here in Darwin, I went for a morning walk to the beach, and I came across what's called a long grass camp nearby. And I actually had to Google what it was, because I was told that this is a long grass camp, but what it looked like to me was just this group of Aboriginal people, maybe 5 people, kind of gathered just next to the creek bed. And the place looked like they lived there. It looked like a camp, they set up or created a space for themselves to basically live there. So I did a bit more research to just find out what actually is a long grass camp and what's actually going on there. Why are these people living outside in nature? So this is where I came across all this information about how the funding for Aboriginal people is definitely getting cut more and more, so that they receive less and less support in any kinds of services and housing and etc. It's very hard for them to find jobs. It's very hard for them to basically live a successful life in this white capitalistic culture. This is not their world. This is our world that we brought here and we imposed upon them, and in the process we took a lot of their land away. Whereas to them, a life, a well-lived, happy, thriving, abundant kind of life, is connected to the land. And when they are losing that land, they are losing their identity, they are losing their customs and traditions in terms of what they do, like their rituals, the way they are living their lives. So they are really, a lot of that culture and tradition, Aboriginal tradition, is being sacrificed because of this flood of white Europeans coming over and basically taking over what's traditionally and naturally Australian. I'm talking here about that native Australianness, about those Aboriginal people who have been here for over 50,000 years, and then we came over 200 years ago, and we basically stole their land, and we decided that it's ours now, and that we're going to do on it and with it whatever we please, without respecting their customs, traditions, their way of life. And that's actually something that's deeply concerning, sad, and that is just leaving me pondering my own white privilege, and how all that richness and beauty of that natural life that's been here for thousands and thousands of years, how that's being slowly destroyed by us, entitled white people.